Alyssa, hey, congratulations for coming back for Proud Family, Prouder and Louder, Louder and Prouder.
I'm so excited to be here. We are just elated to have a full circle moment for existing fans and new fans, and to now be streaming with new episodes on Disney Plus. It's really just a serendipitous moment and a dream come true.
Now, what do you suppose what works for this animated series that everybody wants to return to?
I feel that when we first came out in the late 90s, early 2000s, it was a show that was ahead of its time. But what appealed to me as an actor, especially an actor that's diverse like myself, is the fact that it was a melting pot of the United Nations, right? And we were talking about things that maybe not the average Joe were talking about in animated shows. Proud Family, Loud and Prouder is a show that's for ages 6 to 60 or 8 to 80, however you want to perceive it, to where families could sit down, put their cell phone away, and there's a relatable topic for everyone, whether it's activism, LGBTQ community, whether it's about cultural things. And at the end of the day, we hope that families can just literally put their cell phones away and just have a little sacred moment and get a good chuckle. And being able to come back with new episodes where my character, LaCienega, basically goes from a tween to a teen, and now getting a chance to have her very own coming of age moment, which is called a Quinceanera moment, honestly has just been a blessing, especially for my Latin community.
It's amazing. Out of all these years and all these episodes, you think that we already had a lot, Quinceanera episode.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time, and I believe the universe has its reasons for things. I think now I like to elaborate things that, with everything happening in the world, people are just now awoke. I think there's always been little moments, but now LaCienega gets to have her fabulous, special, sacred moment. And what's great about this episode is we have great guest stars such as Eva Longoria, who's playing my Aunt Melrose, and Princess Nokia, that's playing my cousin La Brea, and then Tina Knowles, Miss Beautiful Beyonce's mother, who's bestowing us with her, beautiful presence on the show as well. So, this is an episode in particular you won't want to miss.
Well, the episode it's almost like a Mean Girls type of thing, or nearly like a Bridezilla. How do you capture the essence of LaCienega?
I feel like she's my alter ego a little bit. And me being Irish, Italian, Dominican from New York City, I remember when I went into casting in particular, I think everyone had their concept of how LaCienega could or should sound. And I came in with my own little 2 cents, and I said, let's take her out of the box and let's maybe give her a Valley Girl accent, because, at the end of the day, not everybody is, speaks Spanish, or not everybody just speaks English. And I consider myself very Latin American. So, I feel LaCienega has her moments where she spews a little Spanglish and she talks in English, of course, but she gives a little bit of everything for everyone. And this episode in particular, I really feel it's a special one, especially for the Latin community. And like I said, it was just a matter of time, and the time is now.
Your combination, what was it? Italian, Irish,
and Dominican. So I'm the United Nations to the core.
So in this case, how did you grow up then?
My mother, God rest her soul, was Irish and Italian, and my father is Dominican. I was raised predominantly by my mother, but there's been times where, it's when I'm around my father's side of the family, the Dominican comes out, especially when I'm in New York. But my mother, she, on a whim, decided to go visit Puerto Rico and live there for 5 years, and that's how she picked up Spanish. So when she was introduced to my father a couple of years before I was born, she was able to speak Spanish to my father, who was freshly basically living in the States for just a couple of years. So, lo and behold, then I pop into the equation. So I get the best of both worlds. I feel like I could cook, I could dance, and I got a lot of sass, just like LaCienega.
So just for people to know, you are very Latin.
I am very much so.
So after all these years, how did you manage to capture that voice that you left? That was like I want to say like a decade and a half ago.
Oh, it wasn't that hard at all. She's always been right here, right in my core soul. Because I've played LaCienega from day one. When it comes to just picking up from where I left off, it was like I never left. And when I got back on the mic, I remember, I was like, okay, I think I could do this. But I'm also a working actor that's on camera that does other jobs as well, voiceover wise. So, there's certain registers that, I've been blessed to be able to keep that frequency alive. And when it was a matter of time just to turn on the light switch for the frequency of LaCienega, it was like I never left. And I feel so thankful for that, because I know a lot of people can go through different vocal changes and, tone and textures with their voice. But no, she's never left. She's always been there waiting to come back.
So how was voice acting different this time around?
Well, the difference was in the beginning, we had to try to record ourselves remotely from home. So that was hilarious. And then by the grace of God, we were able to get back into the studio. And sometimes it could be a little lonely because I don't always get a chance to record with my co-stars. So when I do get to see them, like I did at the virtual XR event for the launch of the Proud Family, that was just a big treat. But at the end of the day, the difference between being on camera and doing voiceover work is you just have to give actually 125% more of yourself, physically, energetically, vocally. So getting rest and making sure that you breathe from your diaphragm and going prepared, just it's like an on-camera performance is just as important, especially with my tool, which is my instrument, my voice. Taking care of that is the number one thing as a voice actor.
So I'm curious, how did you handle this at home? Did you have like a closet with blankets against the wall, or you actually have like a booth?
Yeah, well, by the grace of God, I just moved into, a beautiful house over a year ago. But at the time I was in an apartment. So having all of my neighbors be on Wi-Fi at once during the beginning of the pandemic and them sending me equipment, trying to figure out how to do this. Luckily at the time I was recording at like, a rep's office, who had a recording studio. And then finally, I think all the recordings that we all did had to get re-recorded. But in a way, I didn't mind, because it kind of was like a little mini rehearsal, and it allowed us to kind of get back in the frequency of our characters. And once we were actually in the professional studio, then it was like, all right, let's do this. We're ready to go.
And what's the enjoyment of voice acting for yourself? Because we know you do live acting and voice acting.
That I can show up in my pajamas. No, I'm teasing. Actually, I probably show up more polished and put together, because sometimes, they'll have a press day. So I might have to, be on camera getting interviewed, or they might want to do, still footage or behind the scenes stuff. And plus, as my mama used to say, you never know who you're going to meet when you leave the house. So have a little blush and lipstick on. But no, I feel like for me, it's not that challenging. I feel like it's actually a pleasure to do it, because when you do get to record by yourself, you get to have these little sacred moments with your production where it's just all about you. It's like an actor having a private coaching session, right? Rather than being with the full class. So, it is a little extra perk to be alone, but when you are able to work off of another actor, it's quite lovely. And a lot of people don't know, I don't actually get to see the animation till it's done. So they actually do everything in a dissected way. So, the beauty of the whole team to create this, it's such an ordeal, hence why, sometimes things can take almost a year to get done. But when it's done, man, wow, it's just magical. And the new key art is beautiful. And I was so excited to see what LaCienega looks like now. And I just hope the fans continue to love it as much as I do.
So when do you personally watch these episodes? Just like with
every Wednesday. Yeah, as soon as it comes on and I'm able to, put my beautiful 8-month daughter down for a nap, I make sure to get onto Disney Plus and I give a little social media shout out, watch a new episode, and just sit back and watch some, Proud Family with my cup of coffee and enjoy the moment. It's new for me as it is for the fans that are watching. And then if I want to go back and watch it again, that's the beauty of streaming. Sometimes I'm lucky that Disney sends me something a little extra. But overall, I'm a part of the frequency for the first time, just like all of you are.
And for fans with this upcoming episode, probably is just wondering, what was your quinceanera like? Probably a lot more tame.
I feel, believe it or not, and I'm so sad to say, I in real life did not have a quinceanera. So I would say all of my quinceanera moments were probably just my birthdays. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm an only child, just like LaCienega, and just like my daughter, and my mother was an only child. So the lineage of being a little spoiled, but yet very grounded, okay? existed. So I've had some fun birthday parties by the grace of God throughout my ages. But I feel like the coming of age moment, you know, maybe this is something I'll do for my daughter and live vicariously through her. And I feel without a doubt, the Quinceanera episode for LaCienega was definitely my coming of age moment as well. So I lived vicariously through LaCienega. And I hope little girls at home that didn't get a chance to experience their Quinceanera this past year or two gets a chance to relive it, no matter what age they are. You're never too late to have a Quinceanera, right?
That's right. Now, before I let you go, because I could see all the these collectibles in your background.
Yes.
Did you get them yourself, or did they send it to you?
I was very blessed to have some things given to me, but then I'm going to support. So of course I am not patient to wait for people to send me things. And I ended up just buying a couple of my own things. Like I got the book bag, I got the cups, I got buttons, I got bags, I have my own figurine, which I am in love with. And of course I wanted to get some extra little perks for my daughter have. And I'm like, you can't open them. These are going to be very special. The older they get, you have to save them. But no, I think it's just so exciting to actually be a doll and to be a part of something that has all this beautiful merch. And I really hope that fans get a chance to purchase them off of, you know, Funko Dolls or Target, and get some for the family. They're very inexpensive and just adorable and a must-have.
That is great to know that you are the #1 fan of
I'm my own #1 fan, that's for sure.
Most excellent. Well, hey, congratulations once again for talking to us about this series. The upcoming episode is terrific, and everyone should most definitely watch this, relaunch of the animated series Sprout Family.
Thank you so much for having me. Muchos besitos. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.